What is up, guys, and welcome back to another insane 2018 Yu-Gi-Oh! Megaton opening. We don't always open packs on this channel, but the Megatons are an exception. We love opening Megatons. They're so much fun, and it's not so much fun from a value standpoint, but it is cool to look back at what happened over the past year or so. Just as a recap from last time, just to show you the secret rares we pulled, because I think that, once again, I kind of mentioned this in the last video, the Megatons are really good for budget players. However, I think the best way to make the most, or to get the most value out of the Megatons, if you're a budget player, is to not actually buy the tins, but to just buy the singles from the tins. There's going to be enough people opening them that there's lots of singles in circulation. But yeah, just as a recap from last time, we did pull 4, I would say, fairly usable secret rares. So we have Cerberus, Firewall Dragon, Purple Nightfall, and Organic Diagram. These cards are all definitely like higher value cards from the secret rare pool. And then we pulled sort of 2 lesser important like secret rares. They're not bad, but they're not like fantastic. I haven't really looked at the values of any of these cards. I would imagine that of these ones, the only ones I would actually see a lot of value would be like Firewall and Purple Nightfall, because Draconic Diagram just got reprinted. But yeah, that's sort of what we're trying to beat this time, is 4 good secret rares. If we can somehow get 5 good secret rares, that'd be really insane. And yeah, so let's get right into it. And we are opening 2 of these today, just like last time. And I think the interesting thing about the Yusei one is that a lot of people really aren't hyped for the new card, the Speed Synchro, or Speed Synchro, I think it's called. It might be called Speed Warrior. I don't know. We'll see in like 2 seconds. But I think the card actually has the potential to be better than the Nebula Neos, even though I love Nebula Neos. I think a lot of people do. I don't know. People just don't seem to be as excited for Yusei just as like a character. Of course, I don't think it's like really important to mention, because I think most people like know this. But as far as the packs go, they are the same exact packs in both tins. It's just the promos that are different. But anyway, let's jump right in here. Holy crap. Why is this one so... That one was really hard to open. Oh, that's some strong glue. I did mention in the last video, we'll kind of look at it in a second. One of these promos is extremely old, and it's taken just forever to get it, like 10 years to get it in the TCG. So it's the promo that looks really outdated, it is, so that's why it looks outdated. Okay, so this is a Junk Speeder. Okay, not Speed Synchron. So this is it takes a Synchron tuner plus 1 non-tuner. It's level 5, as you would expect. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can special summon as many Synchron tuners as possible, different levels from your deck in defense position. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except Synchro monsters return you activate this effect. So that means before and after you use the effect, you can't special summon non-Synchro monsters. From the extra deck at least. And then when an attack is declared involving this card that was Synchro Summon this turn, and another monster, you make that target, this card's attack become double its original attack. Really, you're just trying to use this card for like big combos where you summon a bunch of Synchrons. The issue is that you can only summon Synchron tuners, I believe. Is that what I... Yeah, you can only summon Synchron tuners. I think it's like... I don't even know. Are there any Synchron non-tuners? What is... No, because tuning where? I don't know. There's probably not a Synchron non-tuner. I think that's like the whole point of them, so I'm just sounding stupid now. But yeah, the biggest issue with this card is that only summons tuners, so you can like kind of climb up with Junk Speeder, but it's definitely like really frustrating. Like actually, I don't know. I'm sure there's like combos with it, but not super crazy or anything. So we have Junk Collector. I believe this is the 10-year-old card. Quick effect, you can banish this card on the field on one normal trap in your graveyard, apply the banish trap's effect, and then that's it. It's a level 5 monster. Yeah, I believe that's the super old card. And then we have Stardust Assault Warrior. Pretty cool looking. Probably not as good as the other Stardust level 6 monster that draws a card. I can't remember what the card's called. We have Martial Metal Marcher. This guy's so funny looking. And then we have Junk Connector. So only 1 Link monster in each of the tins. Obviously, if you don't know, even though the Megatins are sort of appealing towards budget players, one of the biggest reasons they do these is actually to get new players into the game that maybe quit the game. And so someone that like played back when the Yusei was like the big thing, when Synchros came out, maybe they want to get back into the game. They wouldn't want to open like 4 Link monsters out of 5 if they don't know what they do. So that's kind of why there aren't as many Link monsters. The same thing happened when Pendulums were out and you only got like 1 Pendulum monster in them. Anyway, Jane, Twilight Sworn General, Artifact Vajra, I don't know, Demise King of Armageddon. Okay, so now we have pulled all 3 of the the irregular promos, or not promos, reprints, I suppose. This is the first Megaton to have reprints from not the same 4 sets that had Demise, Ruin, and then End of the World. So that's pretty crazy. F.A. Sonic Meister. Duck Dummy. Ghost Bee, fantastic card. Ib, the World Chalice Priestess. Haven't seen this card in a while. This is actually played pretty commonly for a little while, though. We have, oh boy, Vendred Chimera. Really cool looking card. Not a very strong card, but definitely. The Vendreds have really cool artwork. It's just kind of hard to actually play the deck. And we have Altergeist Muleseek. You can see kind of what I was saying in the last video, where even like if you wanted 3 Muleseeks or whatever, so you bought the F.A. Testament. This is a whole lot of, oh, we got Flick Clown. It says Flick Clown, guys. If I go like this, so it's like, oh, does that say Flick? It doesn't look like it. But like I said, this is like the 3rd tin. We pulled 1 Muleseek, so if you're getting these for the Altergeist reprints, much better to just buy them individually, because they probably just cost like a couple dollars. Okay, next pack. Skullmarls, Amazonas, Darkwold Brainwash. That card was super hyped and then did nothing. Air Cracking Storm, World Legacy Pawns, Heavy Stormduster. Oh, that's really cool. This card's insane. You guys see that in all of my decks. We got Ningirsu. Oh, that's a really good reprint as well. I actually just bought one of these, so rip me. This card is really good, though. If you're not playing this card and you have some extra deck spots, I definitely would recommend playing this card. It is one of the best outs to the Nightmare setup. Not like the Extra Link setup, but when they have Cerberus, Goblin, and Phoenix, you can use this. It's non-targeting removal, so that's really good. And True Draco Heritage. It's a cool secret rare. FAs, Pulse Mines, Motorhome Transport. Pulled pretty much all the FAs so far except for the Tuner Monster. Auto Navigator, it's like, I can't remember the name. Okay. Secure Gardener. 3 Strikes Barrier. Another Jane. Amazonas Spy. There it is, FA Auto Navigator. Sign It Refresh. We got Lila, Twilight Sworn, Enchantress. Mekk-Knight, oh, very cool. Mekk-Knight Blue Sky. We pulled Purple Nightfall in the last video, so now I can play the world's smallest Mekk-Knight engine. Just 1 Blue Sky, 1 Purple Nightfall, 1 Indigo Eclipse. And I can play this guy, Mekk-Knight Spectrum Supreme. Pretty crazy. I got some of these. Nothing too crazy in the commons here. I don't think there's any commons that are like particularly interesting. And then we'll open the next tin off camera. I won't make the same mistake as last time. Maybe if I had my tripod further away from the table, it'd be a lot easier to open the second tin on the camera. But as such, that is not the case. I don't remember these being in these little bags last time. I will say that. Once again, we will not open the promos a second time. Seems kind of unnecessary. These always feel so thick because what, like 15 cards, 16 cards per pack. Pulled another Demise. Looks so weird as a common. I have a couple ultis of this back in the day. I think they're really expensive now, even though the deck like didn't do anything, but they're cool looking. Altergeist Protocol again. And, oh man, Pendulum Paradox. Exactly what I wanted. Of all the secret rares, I wanted 2 copies of it. It wasn't Borreload. It wasn't evenly matched. It was Pendulum Paradox. Then we got Majesty Maiden, True Draco Slayer. Pretty good card. I think most of the True Draco cards, the little True Dracos, actually aren't in this set. I think it's just Majesty Maiden and Heritage. I don't think the other Ultra Rares are in here. If I remember correctly, Ignis and Dynamite are not in this set. I will give a huge shout out to my local game store. I don't really go to locals there, but they had these on. They have like a discount all the time for like sets that I'm a member of, because I think that it's important to support your local game store. And their discount was insane on these. They were like selling them for like $17, which is just like ridiculous. Like that's actually a really good deal. So shout out to them. Gravity Lash. Break Off Trap Hole. Want to link monsters, link some. Destroy all monsters on the field that are not linked. So specific. Just play bottomless. Oh boy, Supreme King Zark. And Trickstar Black Catbat. Altergeist Camouflage is a card that I almost played at the regional. The Indianapolis regional, I really wanted to try it out, but then I didn't have the guts because it's just so bad. You can already see here, the pulls are not nearly as good. So anyone that watched that last video was like, see, the Megatins are good. Look at how many good pulls he had. We can already see here, even if we pull like something crazy out of this pack, like Borreload or Evenly Match, we're only pulling like 3 playable cards. And that's how the Megatins go. Higher highs, lower lows. Fam Knights of Lost Remembrance. FA City Grand Prix. Man, I love FAs. Wonder when we'll get that Link Monster. Someday. Nimble Beaver. Cracking Dragon. We got another Vendread Chimera. Man, no wonder no one likes Yusei. These are the worst pulls. 2 Vendread Chimera. Oh my gosh. True Draco Phoenix. Yeah, don't buy Megatins, guys. I hope anyone that commented on the last video saying that the Megatins aren't that bad remembers that this can happen. And it's funny, every single year I open the Megatins on camera, I just like put the cards back in the tins and then just put the tin on my shelf, and then I never open it for the whole year. And then sometimes I go back and I'm just like, oh yeah, I like actually pulled some like good cards out of there. So this year I'm gonna make a point to like actually try to keep track of like what I pulled. So anyway, this time we pulled maybe 2 playable cards here. Obviously not like high valued though, because that's what you're trying to do. And then we pulled some of the worst secret rares from the last year. So in the same way that these Megatins, you can kind of relive the memories of the last year and pulling good secret rares, you can also relive the memories of buying a box and pulling bad secret rares. Luckily, Megatins are a lot cheaper than boxes. Anyway, though, hopefully you guys enjoyed these last 2 videos. I really do enjoy the Megatins. I do think they're very good, despite the fact that I've sort of complained about them a little bit in these last 2 videos. I think the idea of the Megatins is awesome. I think it's good for both the budget players and the non-budget players, because the budget players know that if they just wait a year, which sounds like a long time, but I mean, they know for certain, like if they wait a year, the cards that they want to play will be reprinted. And then for the competitive players, they know if they buy something, it's going to not be reprinted in like 3 months or 6 months, but it will be reprinted in like a year or a year and a half. Just one last thing that I should have mentioned the last video. The best sets to buy are whatever the first set after the 4 sets that are going to be in the Megatins. That set's always the best to invest in. In this case, it would be Flames of Destruction. So I think that Infinite Impermanence is a really good investment, because that'll be completely legal for like a year and a half before getting reprinted in the Megatins. So the worst sets to buy are the ones that are like the very, like the end. So that would be like the set right before Flames of Destruction, whereas the best one is like the one that is in the following year's Megatins. Just as a little quick tip, if you want to like invest in like some secret rares, but not all of them, just invest in whatever the first pack in the rotation of next year's Megatins are. Anyway, though, hopefully you guys know these videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.